For Comedy Hype News, I'm John Abba. Aries Spears, as in his words, is having a bad week. The veteran comedian, master impressionist, and former Mad TV star would overtake headlines this past week for what some will say for all the wrong reasons. Aries' troubles would first begin when an interview would go viral of him dissing music artist Lizzo. In an interview with The Art of Dialogue, Spears would liken the female singer to that of the poop emoji, as he would follow it with a series of insults about her physical appearance. What at the moment seemed to be a laughing matter for Spears quickly took a turn as many felt his comments were out of line, especially coming from him. Not only would Lizzo go on to win at the MTV Awards a few nights after Spears' viral comments, the internet and Lizzo fans would take aim at Spears in retaliation. It appears that the attention Spears would get in the press would go on to spark the now career-shifting headline of being accused with sexual abusing minors along with Tiffany Haddish. In response, the accusations would be tied to a pedophile skit featuring Haddish in 2014, according to NPR. Fellow comedian Faizon Love would sit down with The Art of Dialogue to share his reaction to Spears' comments regarding Lizzo. Love would not only shut down Spears' comments about Lizzo, but he would later criticize Spears' pedophile skit for using actual children. He's not so talented. He's got one gear. This interview has now caused Aries to respond on Instagram. In a post made on Friday, Spears will go on to say, "Big shout out to my guy, Faizon Love. I slid in your DMs and left you my math. Hit me. Instead of interviews throwing shade, talking about you almost slapped me. LOL, ninja win. And saying comedically I only have one gear makes as much sense as you saying Chappelle wasn't funny. At all. Hopefully I hear from you soon. Otherwise, I'll catch you on TV on Thanksgiving for the Macy's Day Parade. One gear. I do impressions, can sing, do accents, talk politics, material is raw, edgy, intelligent, and my improv and crowd work game is vicious. One gear. If the dumbest shit ever said was a person." The jab at Faizon would immediately spark a response. "Dear Aries Spears, this has been a hard week. We lost a very good person as well as a great writer and comedian. It's really a time to sit still and reflect. With that being said, I will not call you. Instead, I'd rather see you when I see you." Now, in the midst of the two trading insults, Spears has opened up about the fear of his career ending because of the new accusations. On an episode of his podcast, Spears and Steinberg, he would have an emotional moment while reflecting on his mother's reassuring words that he will be okay.
Because I already felt like my career was over before all this. I thought I was blackballed and my shit was over. But now with this, I'm almost certain that Tombstone is written. But from the day my mother had my back and groomed me into this thing called showbiz, so if the woman whose body I came out of says I'm gonna be all right, I'll be all right.
Now, I've had the pleasure to interview Spears years ago in the building of our network. What can be appreciated by the at one point respected talent is his authenticity. But what I am sure for his remaining fans, it can be painful to see Spears continue to light himself on fire for his attempts at being seen, at being heard, overlooking the things in which made him Aries Spears. Where was your skit about Chris Rock and Will Smith? Where was your reunion with former Mad TV stars like Deborah Wilson or Jordan Peele? Where was your versus battle of impressions with others in your lane? So many opportunities, but yet we're here giving you our attention from the bleachers, but for a skit about pedophilia? Did you think this is what you needed for us to notice you at some point? As you stand in ashes, I ask you, why were you urged to take on this particular subject? Was it the same reason why you wanted to do a skit on Bill Cosby's allegations? Well, here's your attention. At one point, Googling your name would bring up some of the funniest moments online. Now when we Google it, it will forever be tied to sexual abuse of minors. In closing, I saw your decision to smudge our brand on a platform not ran by someone who looks like you, and that's okay. I'll choose this moment to touch on something larger than you, being bamboozled of how some of us view ourselves. Many of our own, like yourself, have unfortunately fell into the white man's ISIS colder ideology and allowed their insecurities and lack of grace of our own to cause them to ignore the truth about us as a people. You see, we are the elite. Everything else is just smoke and mirrors. From a young black man to an older one, to not think this is old-fashioned and dated. To be clear, blackness doesn't need your charity or your favors, as when equipped with the right resources, we are able to be seen in our true form as examples for the rest. You have to be a blind man not to see the next generations coming. From tech, design, fashion, business, education, health, and entertainment. In the words of the late Paul Mooney, Aries Spears, this is your nigga wake up call. For Comedy Hype News, I'm John Abba.